Good evening. I hope everybody's doing well. What we're speaking about it's the urban myth. It was in New Jersey. It's the Watcher of Westfield, New Jersey. I mean, obviously, I don't know if a lot of people have heard it. I mean, I've heard so many stories speaking about it, and it's like, did the people make it up? Did they not? We don't know. We don't know. So the Watcher of Westfield, New Jersey, is an anonymous individual who stalked the owners of the house at 657 Boulevard, Westfield, New Jersey, from 214 to 270. Uh, 17. The individual sent them multiple harassing letters signed the Watcher. The owners never moved in out of fear for their family safety. I mean, for what I remember, it was they were getting said, "Oh, I can see your children playing. I know where like the rooms are, and I see you've got." I mean, it's like I see you've got children. That's nice. Um, it was it was the letters, but then it um was it them sending letters to themselves? So, but nobody ever never knew. Anyway, in 2022, this Netflix series, The Watcher, debuted based loosely on these events. In June 2014, Derek and Maria Broadus bought a six-bedroom house at 657 Boulevard in Westfield, New Jersey, for 1.3 million. Shortly after closing, but before moving in, the couple received the first of four anonymous typewritten letters. The letter writer said that his or his family had been watching the house for generations and revealed knowledge of the Broadus' three young children, referred to in the letters as new blood, as well as the house's layout and renovations. That obviously scared. I mean, if you got letters like that, you'd be scared. But I'm telling you now, I wouldn't move out, especially if you spent that money anyway, because you'd be thinking damn determined to actually find out who wrote it and why. Over the following weeks, the Broadus received more letters, the messages becoming more increasingly disturbing, referencing past owners, their children, and claiming a, a pedestal, spiritual connection to the house. One letter read in part, 657 Boulevard is anxious for you to move in. It has been years and years since the young blood ruled the hallways of the house. Who am I? I am the Watcher, and have been in control in 657 Boulevard for the better part of 2 decades now. I pass by many times a day. 657 Boulevard is my job, my life, my obsession. And now you are to Bradford's family. Welcome to the product of your greed. Greed is what brought the past three families to 657 Boulevard, and now it has brought you to me. Have a happy moving in day. You know, I'll be watching. I mean, what a letter to get like that. It's like, hello, weirdos, bolt. The Odysseys contacted the Westfield Police Department, who initially focused on the Langford family, long-time neighbours who lived next door, but found no evidence linking them to the letters. DNA recovered from an envelope suggested the sender may have been a woman, but did not match any suspects. Private investigators and former FBI agents were also unable to identify the author. Some members of the community became sceptical of the Broaddus's account, speculating that the letters may have been a hoax. The letters became increasingly threatening, and in 2019, the Broadduses, who never moved into the house, sold it for $959,000. The young couple who bought the house from the Broadduses have not been contacted by the watcher. See, that is what makes you think, isn't it? Was it actually them? And did they go into enough? People said, maybe get into too much debt, and they've had to make up a hoax to kind of do something so they could sell the house, make the money back, and pay off whatever. The letters were considered well written, and literally through their typographical errors may suggest a writer with erratic tendencies. As of 2025, the watcher remains unknown, and no charges have ever been filed in connection with the case. In 2022, the watcher, starring Naomi Watts and Bobby Carnaval, debuted on Netflix and was inspired by the real events. It's typical, isn't it, with movie makers when it comes to things. They always try and chime in money and make films from it. On the show, the family's name is Brannock, as the Broadduses had requested their surname not to be used. The producers also gave the family 2 children instead of 3, and made them older than their real-life counterparts. Obviously, it's just talking about references. Let's talk about the true story of the haunting of 659 Boulevard, the cut. So, what do you think? I mean, this is only a wee quick kind of video, but I always kind of found this interesting, especially when they sold the house and moved out. Maybe they did get one letter, and I think maybe they made the rest up and played along with it, because according to, I think if the FBI were involved, they would have been able. No way the FBI. I mean, you wouldn't have been able to find out who that was. Because obviously the letters contain a lot of detail about the family, a long history of people who stayed there, and the people obviously angry. And when was asked from the family before, they said they received a letter, but they just threw it in the bin, and didn't think anything of it. They didn't. I don't even think they read it. But obviously, this family did and took it seriously. Obviously, if you got letters like that, of course, it's very frightening, and if you think that somebody is watching you. Now, I know what it's like to have somebody constantly stalking me. Had for years. It's like my 2 oldest sons, dad, and I swear it's like anywhere I seem to go, he seemed to be right at my back. I moved so many times, but where I am just now, he doesn't know where I am, and I've passed him, and he doesn't even know who I am, because I'm in the chair. I've changed now. I've changed now, but if I was with my 2 oldest son, he would recognise who I am, because I'm with my younger kids. He doesn't know who I'm with, and that's the way I want it to stay. But I get it, because it is scary to think that somebody is watching you. If you feel unsafe, make sure you get cameras all around your property, and make sure you write down everything, every detail, and hand it to the police, hand it to a lawyer, um, and always make sure you've got video evidence, written evidence, emails, you name it, everything going to police, and also sending everything. As I said, this story obviously blew up. I think at the start, as I said, I think the story with the letter, I think they maybe got one, maybe two letters from somebody in the community, maybe asking them questions, who they are, whatever. And I think it's like when they're saying, oh, young blood is like, oh, look, oh, young blood, young people are moving in, that's great. It's going to be great again. People take a lot of things out of context, and I think a lot of people are too kind of wokey now, and they take that kind of angry. But when it's also when you read that letter and it says young blood is young children that are going to bring love and lightness to the community, and they're hopefully other people, young people, move in with their families, and the sound of children running about and playing and laughter. That sometimes that could have been into the context of that letter, and obviously the family's taking it out of context. I mean, I get it, but there's so many ways that you can take that website with the letters. But I do think the last one or two letters, they wrote it themselves, because I think they're maybe in financial trouble. There was a lot of stories that were in financial trouble and things like that. I mean, there's nothing else about the family being told or anything. And as it said, but see, it didn't say if that new family got a letter, because the family before this family got a letter, but they didn't know what was in it, so they just binned it. So maybe this family's got a letter and done the exact same. It's just binned it. And because it's not that, it could have been anybody in that community, because you get these people, it's in close communities, and when new people move in, they're like, who is that? I don't like the look of them. Before even knowing them, they get the death. You can see that they get death stares. They start talking about you, and don't do that, guys. If you move in, if you see people moving into your community, welcome them in. They used to do years ago. Bring a tin of biscuits or something for to say welcome to the community. Do you mean that's the way they used to do it? I mean, I think they used to make cakes and all that stuff. I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I'd give them a packet of a tin of biscuits, but when I make them, but what's your thoughts about this story? I've always kind of wondered about this story, because I've heard different YouTubers talking about it, and it's intrigued me. I've seen the film as well, but it's always intrigued me. It's like, who was it? Who done it? Was it the family? Was it not the family? See that was it's like, who done it and why? So, but if anybody's not watched the film, go watch it. Then you'll get angry. Go look for other people's use. I mean, I can't remember. There's not many YouTubers that covered it, so I ain't listing everybody. Go type in what YouTubers, what the watcher, and they'll go through their theories of it. But I thought I'd be angry because I've always, this is something that's always intrigued me. So it has for years. It's like, so watch the film. I don't know if it's still on Netflix. Um, but if it is, watch it on Netflix or whatever uh, thing, or you can watch it in DVD or whatever. Um, and then listen to YouTube, some YouTubers explaining their theories and things like that on it as well. Because I'd like to find out what's your opinions on this, and who do you think done it, and why do you think they did it? Um, I mean, people who say it was, they might have thought it was maybe a community thing and the police were involved, and they didn't really protect the family, and the family, and it's like the family even wanted to sell it for even $1. They were that desperate to sell it, and would even try to rent it out, and nobody would rent it out. So there's all of that. It's like, to me, if I've moved into a property, a letter's not going to get it. Yeah, it's kind of intimidating, but no way, if I'd spend that amount of money, I'd be moving into that house. Don't care. That's just me. That's just how I am. I wouldn't be moving out for nobody. Where I'm definitely from Jamaica cold. Where I am I'm in the UK, so it's absolutely like below zero here. It's freezing. That's why I've got my big kind of house coat on. But so leave your comments down below, and what's your opinion? As I said, what's your opinion on it? And again, what's your thoughts on thumbnails? As I said, I've not done them yet. I've not had 2 minutes to even ask my son, because um, my daughter's just about to go in to give birth, so my head's been concentrated on that rather than doing a thumbnail. But if you want me to do a thumbnail, I'll get my son to help me keep practicing on it. So, because once I start practicing on things, then I'll be able to do it on my own. So what I'm going to say is, sending love and light, and good night.